Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us back again. This is for the episode 3 of Pump Up the Healthy Love. I'm super excited to watch it and kind of excited to see the chemistry between the two. It ended on a good note where they went to a wedding and she tore her dress and it was this whole thing. I'm hoping that this will be even better. What do you think? Do you have any expectations? My wife is joining us again, and
Hello.
we're super excited. This time she has a mic, so we learned from our mistake.
Should I take that off while I'm eating?
No, you're good.
Oh, sorry guys. I think that I'm most excited to see all of her face currently. And second, just see the chemistry between the two. And I'm curious if it's going to continue to be as kind of slapstick funny as it has been, or if it's going to go the typical Korean drama route and come little by little into more serious matters. So I'm just curious like how that's going to be.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. I'm excited to see it too. Let's get started. Here we go. Episode 3.
I love her haircut.
I know.
I love the music.
I know. It's just so good. And the intro is hilarious. Like, really hilarious.
I'll be honest, I wish I had a burger every time I watch it.
A burger? Why?
Because the burger just rolled across the screen.
That's fair. It does have a lot of, like, junk food, which we love.
I'm eating fruit, I'll have you know.
Uh-huh. You're eating fruit with coffee, which is... She's special. I'm just having coffee. We have to pause it. He looks so big right now. Do you really think... Like, do you think he actually is that big?
I haven't watched him in anything else. I mean,
he definitely doesn't look like that, though, in, like, Weak Hero. I think he's naturally disposed to, a lot thinner, lean. You know, most Asian men.
He's lanky.
He's lanky, yeah.
Yeah.
You saw some of the shorts that I did of him. He's tall, but he's, like, very thin. That is a lot of muscle.
Well, he obviously was, well, like, he definitely has muscle, but it's very clear that this would have been a remarkable
transformation
in how much time between this one and Weak Hero?
Honestly, not a lot. Like, the filming, I think, didn't take that much in between, but it would have to, now that I think about it. Maybe they filmed Weak Hero 2 a lot earlier, and this one a lot later, but I'll
even
have to do
still,
some research.
Like, that's such a drastic change.
Yeah.
Usually it takes people, what? I'm no, like, expert on this, but I watch a couple of content creators who have a similar build to this, and it took him, like, what, 5 years to get to that? So I have a hard time believing this is
I don't think it's probably
genuine.
5 years, but...
It took him
for
5
him.
years.
But he's also, like, think, like, Hollywood stars, too, though. They go from very small to very large very quickly, too. So if you have the right kind of, like, trainers and things like that.
I guess that's fair.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. Okay.
Eating a hamburger.
Eating a hamburger? Hold on, though. Hold on. You can't say that. She takes that... Anytime I eat ramen, she looks at me like I've committed a crime.
That's not true.
Uh-huh.
It's the frequency of the ramen eating that makes me feel like it's a crime.
I only eat it every other day. Okay, lately it's been once a week.
That is such a bald-faced lie. Don't believe it.
No.
Don't believe it.
I have only been eating it once a week.
You're going to cut it out anyway. I know you.
No, I'm not. I only eat it once a week.
Liar! You're such a liar. What do you count as ramen?
Ramen?
The pho one that you have, maybe?
No, I didn't. It's all out. We're all out. We haven't gotten more yet.
Oh my god. This woman eats ramen and chicken wings for most of her meals. It is not the same.
I identify with her.
This is a time that warrants indulgence.
Uh-huh. Whatever, so you say. Oh.
Oh, at that point, I swear it would be all over.
Oh boy. They look kind of nice.
I love the costumes.
I know. Okay, so I've been watching Dear Hongrang, and it just reminded me of it I'm like, okay, all right, I can get down.
Is this going to be a moment where just for any organization, like, obviously something you're doing is not working. Mm-hmm. You have to be willing to reevaluate your principles. if things are not working effectively. And clearly, he is a little stubborn in that he thinks that the amount of extremism is right for everyone. And I think that that's a personal journey. You have to decide what's your comfort level, what makes you feel good. He might feel good as a gigantic bodybuilder man, but some of us prefer to eat meat or whatever our cheat food is at least once a week. And that's just how it is. Like, everybody has to come to terms with that on their own.
That's true.
Yeah.
You did good.
That's right. What do you think?
I think that's correct. I feel like I don't agree with how extreme he is. I feel like you have to find what works for you. I've tried a lot of diets. I've tried a lot of fad diets. The only thing that really worked for me was like trying to be like portion control and things like that. So you have to find out what works for you.
And I take umbrage with the fact that he's saying that basically she's responsible for how that man treated her. Like, I'm sorry, but if that's how he treated her, that's a him problem, not a her problem.
That's fair.
And regardless of how you treat your body, I don't think that that should determine who you end up with. Like, the right person for you would disregard that, in my opinion.
That's fair.
So,
I agree.
I think, like, you know, that's just kind of a shitty comment, and actually a little offhand considering he just went to a wedding with her to make this man jealous. Like,
that's fair.
I think he needs to reevaluate his own character.
Welcome to our TED Talk. No, I completely agree. I feel like he's a little hypocritical in that way. Like, he doesn't want her to. He wants her to change. And for whatever reason, I'm sure he has his own reasons, doesn't mean that it's okay for him to be like, no, this is how you should be. This is what you should be eating. I feel like as a trainer, you don't get to dictate what that person eats. You do get to dictate if you can take that person as your client or not, but.
Well, you can also be like, okay, this is what X amount of workouts with this kind of, diet will get you. And you can give that to your client and be like, this, what of this scale looks like something you want?
Achievable.
Because I'm comfortable with being comfortably chubby.
Comfortably chubby, okay.
Like, I'm okay with being to a point where I've got curves, but, I can still have a good heart rate. That's what I'm aiming for. So,
That's fair. You're not aiming for size like 0 or anything like that.
No. So, I guess, like, in my point of view, as long as I had some healthy, muscle growth or whatever, like, I'm happy.
Right.
And I feel like she's not asking for a lot either. She's like, I just want to be able to be comfortable in my own body. So he's a little rigid and unfair.
But I also feel like she is also using the gym as an excuse to say that he didn't want her in that way. I feel like the right person, like you said, doesn't really care about that.
That's true, but I think, like, the bigger issue is what is going to make it so she's confident enough that she can be herself with others. That would be my guess, but I could be wrong.
No, you're right. Frustrating for people who want to put on weight that can't. I'm sure about it. Especially men. I feel like they get teased a lot if they weigh very less. So I'm sure it's a big problem. However, standing on the other side, for people who barely eat and they gain so much freaking weight, it's very frustrating.
That's true. I've only joined the club recently, but I do understand this.
I've been in this club since 6th grade. I've just gotten... I went from an amateur to a member to a premium member to a diamond member.
I'm platinum.
You're platinum?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. The guy just can't catch a break.
We anchovies are too full. That's tough.
It is tough.
That's tough. Okay. There's like this unhealthy thing that's been setting in since maybe last year. It's like this urge I get every time I see people working where I feel like suddenly I should be working too. And it's like some sort of Go Slim syndrome.
Go Slim syndrome. Were you working or working out?
Working. Like,
okay,
working on the computer. Like, when they're all like, tap, 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 I'm like, oh shit, I should be tap, 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 tap.
You should be tap, 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 or productive, or just like working for your work.
Yeah, working. Like productively working on my work. Now I've been glued to my desk for so long that like when I hear that sound, something in my brain goes, "You should be working too." Why are you taking a break right now?
Oh, you've been conditioned every time you're on. So this, I use her desk to film. It's just nicer. And every time she's here, she's like, I think I should be working. I think I should be working.
Oh, that looks
Ooh,
really
that
good.
looks really good. That's gonna be my dinner.
Man, I want some of that, like, you know, good rice, eggs.
I know.
Bacon sounds nice too.
I'm not making it.
I wish I could obliterate you, not the eggs.
That's fair. I think as a sibling, you know when to not say a word.
It's true though.
It's never fun. When is it ever fun to work out? I know some people think that way. I don't. It's not fun for me.
She's wasting the eggs. Did she eat it all?
No.
I feel so bad for her boyfriend.
Don't.
I mean, as annoying as they are, he just had to be stuffed in a closet.
That's fair.
That sucks.
No, that's humiliating.
Yeah, when you hear you're glowing, that's not what you want to think about.
As an adult, no.
No.
As an adult, you're like, oh, something went wrong. Sex deprived. Psycho.
Assholes.
Oh, it's humiliating.
Well, do you enjoy the work? That's the first thing you gotta ask yourself.
I think she enjoys some people that she works with, though. That's her ex, right?
Yeah. He was just at the wedding. Right?
No, I really thought he was the ex. He's so boring.
No, I know he's the ex. Like, it wasn't his wedding. He was just at the wedding.
No,
right?
yeah, it wasn't his wedding. He was just at the wedding.
Nice maneuver there. Ones that are already fit.
That's... I don't know.
It's
Maybe they're
true.
too intimidated to go to a gym like this, you know? At least I would feel that way. I'm like, okay, wow.
Well, yeah, because
I need
everybody's
to go
perfect,
to
basically.
a beginner's gym.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't go to a gym like that.
The bench warmers gym. You know?
Warmers gym.
Like, you start out with the mom and pop, and then eventually when you get the body you want, maybe you'll
go
to
for
place...
maintenance level
Yeah,
purposes. Okay.
But, yeah, that's just what I would think.
That's fair. That's fair. He just looks like a con artist.
Yeah, he does.
Right? I'm this big. She's this big.
But, like, fake nice, though.
Yeah, fake nice. Like, you can see through it. Come on.
At least the other guy's himself.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
Been there.
Have you?
Yeah. SF. They're not that nice.
That's fair. They're not. They're okay. There are worse places.
I will say that's fair. When I'm putting away dishes, I definitely notice that I no longer have the ability to stand like that or to squat.
I see.
Yeah.
When you're putting away dishes.
Yeah. Like, I'll fall a lot of the times. Where I used to be able to squat.
See, I am able to squat a little better now than I was, like, when I was younger.
Are you doing burpees secretly?
I'm not doing burpees secretly. Or not secretly otherwise, too. Ooh, ramen.
I still want pizza.
You want pizza? No.
Oh, brother.
Ugh. Oh my god. No. I always think it kind of looks disgusting.
These two
She's
need
gonna
to
go
find
back.
a room.
Yeah,
Literally.
they do. Wow. That's impressive. Aww. The gym buff. You rip out his hair. You don't need muscle for that.
I'd be like, I'm about to roll you down the street.
Oh, he parks it every day.
That's when you slit the tires.
That's fair. Oh, bye.
Wouldn't you start off with like
What?
a lot of small but high protein, high carb meals?
That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, but that wasn't a lot of small. That was like a consistent dinner
A
that
lot
never
of protein.
ends.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, smaller amounts help you to stretch your stomach in a more like natural way. Like that's what they did in World War II when people
Right.
came out of the camps. Like that was literally how they were able to eat again is by small, increments
Consistent
of
meals.
food.
Yeah.
So like I feel like that would make more sense. As a trainer, he should know that. Like
Yeah.
I find that odd.
I'm assuming that he's only ever like thought about building muscle and not like changing your dynamic, like your inner workings.
I think he is inexperienced in other people's bodies besides his own.
I do agree, and he thinks all of them work the same way. They don't.
Super oversized.
I know. They're still not coming. Oh,
Okay, I haven't seen a lot of work on social media. So
that's fair.
I feel like their, content management needs to be a little better.
For context, she's in marketing and fundraising. That's not what normal people like me think. Let's promote on social media first.
You are a YouTuber.
I'm like a hobby YouTuber pretender.
You're not
I
a
don't
pretender.
promote. I don't promote for the most part. I'm just hoping they'll just come to me.
That's fair. That's
Eventually, hopefully they'll come to me. They'll find something stupid on my YouTube channel and they'll just come. So, if you're out there,
fair. This is the please.
That's right. Just come this way.
Maybe if I say it out loud.
It'll happen, put it out in the universe.
Can we get a pizza now?
No, did you not just watch this whole thing? Now you want a pizza?
All that this makes me want to do, I know it's counterintuitive, but it really just makes me want to eat junk food.
Oh, they're coming.
Oh.
Woo!
Well, that's like one person.
Hey, one is better than none. Oh no.
That's two
not
people?
it. No, those were already there. They're waiting for the skinny guys, fighting guys to come. Oh. Maybe they'll come as they're closing. They have to work. See?
I love that they're all sitting on the sidelines like, y'all.
No.
Ah.